One terrorist has been killed in the encounter between the militants and the security forces in the Gun Mohalla area of Handwara in North Kashmir. Farid joins us on the phone line with all the latest. Farid, how many militants continue to be in hiding inside the village right now?
Well, yes, this encounter between the security forces and the militants started at around 9:30 p.m. last evening. And as of now, the details that we have, it seems that there are 3 to 4 Lashkar militants, including a commander, who are hiding inside 1 or 2 houses in this small village of Gun Mohalla in Handwara, that's North Kashmir. According to the army sources, they got this tip-off late last evening that a group of militants, in fact, there's a meeting on between several militant commanders in this area. So immediately, as the standard operating procedure suggests, the army and the police cordoned off this area. House-to-house search was started, and it was during that search that army was greeted with gunfire by the militants from 1 or 2 of the houses in that area. And the encounter ensued at around 9:30 p.m. And now the information that we have suggests that one militant, one Lashkar commander, Abdullah or Musawwir Molvi, is also known by this name as well, has been killed in this encounter. Now, the army is saying that the body is still in the house, and they believe that there could be 3 to 4 more militants hiding in that area. So the operation is on at this time, but yes, the info suggests that one militant has been killed, while as the operation is on to eliminate the rest of the militants hiding in those houses. Back to you.
Farid, even as you are telling us, it's a joint operation of the army and the police. Is the gunfight still continuing inside the village?
Well, absolutely. The gunfight still rages on, and these militants are in fact, they're armed to their teeth. They are pretty heavily armed. They're firing towards the army with their AK-57 rifle, AK-47, AK-56 rifles. They also have hand grenades with them. So the army is treading cautiously, considering that in several previous encounters, the army has suffered casualties in the first firefight or the first contact with the militants. So keeping that in view, the army is progressing pretty cautiously in this operation. They're not hasting their operation. That's why it is taking time. Now, the army says that they are moving in cautiously, but they're hoping that by this evening they'll be done with this operation. But yes, the militants are putting up stiff resistance. There are 3 to 4 militants who are still inside that house. According to the information, the number could be anywhere between 2 to 3 to 4, or in fact 5 also. So on that part, the intelligence input is pretty sketchy. But yes, the militants are holed up. One of them is said to have been killed, and he's said to be a top commander, in fact, divisional commander of Lashkar-e-Toiba by the name of Musawwir Molvi. He was also known as Fadullah in the area and was active in the area for quite some time. In fact, some reports suggest that he was one of the persons involved in the killing of those 2 girls in Sopore. In fact, the incident attracted widespread condemnation. So he could be one of those militants, but the army is not confirming on that. But our sources tell that he was one of the 2 militants who was involved in the killing of those 2 girls. So that's the information that is coming as of now from Handwara. One Lashkar commander is dead, while as 2 to 3 more militants are still holed up in a fierce gunfight with the army and the police. Back to you.
Farid, also take us through when the operation actually started and how many members are in this team of the army and the police, a joint operation like you said.
Well, yes, this operation, as I said, started late last evening at around 9:30 p.m. The first gunshot was heard in the area. The army and the police, it's a joint operation, as you rightly said. They had this intelligence tip-off that a group of militants, in fact, there's a meeting between several militant commanders that is on in that area, in that small village of Handwara in North Kashmir. So immediately, as is the standard operating procedure, the army and the special operations group of the police, now the army's Rashtriya Rifles is involved in this operation. They immediately cordoned off the area. House-to-house search was started in the area, and as the army came close to a couple of houses in that village, the militants hiding inside those houses fired upon the army, and it was at this time that a fierce encounter ensued. And this time also the encounter continues. It continued through the night, and the info we have is that one militant has been killed, one LET commander, while 3 to 4 militants are still holed up, giving a fierce fight to the army and the police. Back to you.